Alright, so now we have the bolt carrier out of the rifle. We're going to pick it up, flip it around, look at the right side, and then right here in this hole you can see the end of a split pin poking out. That's the firing pin retaining pin. We're going to take the tip of a bullet or a pen or anything like that. We're just going to click it in a little bit, get it started, then we're going to flip the carrier back around and pull it out. It's just a little split pin. We're going to set that to the side, don't lose it. Then we're going to take the carrier, turn it bottom side down, and just give it a little tap. Then the firing pin will come right up. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take the bolt right here, we're going to push it in as far back as it'll go, and then this right here, this is called the cam pin. We're going to rotate it 90 degrees so it can clear the gas key here, and then we're just going to pull it out. Comes out right like that, just out of that hole. And then if we give the bolt a little tug forward, that'll just come right out of the carrier. Then what we're going to do is take the bolt, and then we're going to grab the firing pin, and see the extractor right here, the little claw that grabs the rim of a cartridge. We're going to take that, put some pressure right down on the back of it here to take the tension off. And then we're going to take the firing pin and just push its little pin out on the side right here. It's right there. Just use the tip of the firing pin to get it started, and then pull it out with your fingers. Set it aside, do not lose it, and then we can just pull the extractor off. And if you're looking at it, it's got a little captive spring right there. Don't lose that, but it is kind of stuck on there, so it shouldn't go no place. Then we're going to set that to the side. Now, where you're going to want to clean on the bolt is just all around this thing. You're going to want to scrub the tail end of it down right here, especially on this little radius. You're going to want to just wipe the whole thing down, because this whole thing is going to be coated in carbon after you shoot it. And then especially on the bolt face, you want to get like a toothbrush and just scrub at it. And the same goes for underneath the claw of the extractor right here. Just a little claw. Because if that gets gummed up, it's not going to extract cases reliably. And then onto the carrier. What you're going to want to do is just scrub it out in here as best you can. And then just wipe the whole thing down and lubricate it pretty good. And then be sure and scrub the inside of the gas key here. Hit the end of it with a toothbrush, and then if you have any pipe cleaners or something, just run them through there a couple times. Because if this gets too gunked up, then the rifle's not going to cycle properly, because there's not going to be enough gas pressure making it into the carrier to push the bolt carrier back hard enough. And then to reassemble, we just do all the same steps in reversed order. So I'm going to take the bolt right here, lay the extractor back into its little slot, put some pressure on it. I'm going to grab its pin from over here, just push it in. Got to put some tension on it so everything's lined up. Just slide it in there. It doesn't got to be perfect, but you want it to be flush so it's not grinding on anything. And we're going to take it up, grab the bolt carrier. We want to make sure the extractor is pointing towards the lower right over here when we put it back in, because you can put the bolt in backwards and then it's not going to extract cases and eject them out the right hand side. So we're going to push the bolt in as far as it can go again. We're going to take the cam pin right here, just put it back in its little hole, make sure everything's nice and lined up. Give it a 90-degree turn again. And we're going to pull the bolt forward and drop the firing pin back in through the back here. Make sure it's in there all the way. Then we're going to take the firing pin retaining pin and just push it to the right side here. back in its slot. I'm sorry, push it through the left side. See, there's a little depression cut out in here for the head to rest in. You might have to play with a little bit to get it to slide in, but that's no big. Check to make sure the whole thing's together. Give it a whack to make sure the firing pin is caught by the retaining pin. And we're going to pull the bolt back forward, and it's ready to be reinstalled in the upper receiver. And that's all there is to do.